Hi, welcome to Sue's Stretching Yoga. It's really chilly outside, so I've got some warm sweats on, and I'm gonna do 30 minutes of some yoga poses to stretch. A lot of it's focused on the hips, and if you'd like to subscribe, I would totally appreciate it. Um, the viewers, I thank you also for viewing all the time. We have many thousands of viewers and many subscribers. I still need to build the subscription base, just how the YouTube program works. But thank you again for subscribing and for viewing. And I hope that I hope you're learning some good stretches. So we're gonna start out seated with one leg in front of the other. Just like this, and then I want you to take your right leg and bend it right over your left leg, and then take your left elbow, push your knee out, and then turn. And this is 30 minutes. Let's switch legs. And we're going to use our block and our strap. The block is for your back, so we get some good spinal flexion. And the strap is usually for just stretching our legs. Okay. Just put both your legs right out in front. I want you to open up your legs. We're just going to do a wide-legged forward fold. Because you want to try to keep your back straight, so you don't want to just curl over like that. The goal is to kind of put your hands out in front and keep your back straight, keep your gaze forward. And if you keep your back nice and straight, you should feel a really good stretch on your inner thighs. So I really need to do this one, so I'd like to just hold this. And then come on up. I'm gonna go back into that one 3 times because I can really feel it. I can only go to here. This is the furthest I can go. Some people are super flexible here, which is great, and they can really go over. But do whatever you can do so that you can feel a really good stretch on your inner thighs. You want to feel it. And then just hold it as steady as you can. You don't want to keep bouncing in and out. You just want to kind of hold it so your muscles remember the stretch. It's muscle memory. Okay. Go forward again. Okay. We're gonna come up to the garland pose, which is the squat essentially. So let's come on up on your mat, and it's the squat pose where you put your hands in the prayer position and open up your thighs. So basically, you're gonna put your feet at a 45-degree angles. Come on down, and then bring them in or out to wherever you're to wherever you're comfortable. Come on down into a squat. You can put your hands on the ground, or I like to have them in the prayer position so that you can sort of sit up. And again, I'm going to turn to the side here because you kind of want your back. Actually, take off your socks if you happen to have them on, because they sort of stick to the floor where you don't want them to stick. So you want your back to be fairly straight. And if you can get your feet flat on the floor, that's excellent. That's a really great way to stretch out your feet. I can't do that. This is as far as I can go. This is obviously a really good stretch for your outer thighs. You should probably feel that as soon as you get into the position. And then I want you to come up to a forward fold, and we're going to go back into that one. But as you come up into the forward fold, you should feel a stretch in your calves, a little bit in the backs of your legs, mostly your calves. Okay, come on down. After that, I want you to do another forward fold, and then we're going to come into the chair pose. Come down. Basically, you're going to sit back like you're in a chair. And then we're going to turn to the left. I always put my right hand high in the air, mostly for balance. But you don't have to, you can just keep it in the prayer position if you want. It just feels better to me to have it in the air. Come back to the center, or to the left. This is the revolved chair pose, or twisted chair pose, so you get a really good twist in your spine. Come on into a forward fold. Hang into this forward fold for a minute, because you feel that in my calves. It really feels like they need to loosen up. Actually, after this, I want to come down into the screaming tiger toes, because I think that's a really good stretch for your feet and your calves. So let's come on down. Sometimes I go into positions as I can feel like the certain tightnesses throughout my body and where I need to like just stretch. So this is the screaming tiger toes. You're basically just sitting back on your heels, tucking your toes under and letting them stretch out. Come on up out of that. And then we're going to go back into that again. Right from here, which is the tabletop position, I want to go into pigeon. So just go into the tabletop position, and then I want to bring your right knee up to your right wrist. Bring your foot in to a 45-degree angle. Stretch out your left leg as far as you can, and you should feel a really good stretch in your right hip, outer right hip. I want you to just sit into that. So let it kind of really release, just let it. You can take a nice deep breath, take 2 breaths, 2 sniffs in. Okay. Switch legs. Put your left leg to your left wrist. Bring your foot in and extend your right leg back. Okay, from here, I'm gonna go into tabletop, come down on your stomach, we're gonna go into cobra, baby cobra first. So, put your head down on your mat. Hands by your chest, right underneath your shoulders, close to your body. Keep your elbows tucked in close to your body. So you should feel your body with your elbows, okay? And then just come up slightly. This is baby cobra. Keep your eyes down. Don't look to the left or the right. Just keep your eyes down. Come on down. Now when you're doing this, if you can imagine your head's being pulled by a string and your feet being pulled by a string the other way, so that you're kind of stretching your whole body out. Okay, let's come on up again. This is just a small movement here. It's not big. Okay, come on down, and then we're gonna go up to the full cobra. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, just go up to the baby cobra again. It's just a little bit further, that's all the difference is. And just keep your eyes forward, looking at the wall or whatever it is that's in front of you. Try to keep your shoulders down, and then come on down to the floor. And we'll go up one more time into the full cobra. Okay, come on up. Anywhere you come up to is fine. You don't have to go all the way up. It's just, you want to get some flexion going on into your spine. Really good for your spine. And then when you're ready, come on down. And then we're going to very gently, very, very gently, we're just gonna roll over and put the block under our back, okay? So we're gonna have the opposite flexion of our back, which feels really good. Now there's 3 heights to the block. As you can see, the lowest, medium, highest. I'm gonna do all 3. So basically you wanna just lie down on your mat, bend your knees, Put it on the lowest block first and just stick it right under your sacrum, which is that tailbone, that little bone at the very bottom of your spine. It's shaped like a heart and it's called the sacrum. Should feel really good. Open up your palms to the sky. Keep your knees bent. And here we are into the first level of the block of the back stretch. This should feel really good and really very easy. And the next one's easy as well. They're all easy. It's just if you're not comfortable going any higher, then don't. You just stay where you are. Okay, I'm just going on my tippy toes so I can raise my tailbone up a little bit. And then I'm going to the medium block. This feels even better. Okay, come up again, and we're gonna go right into the higher block, like this. Okay, come on down. Just rest your knees. I want you to take your knees into your hands, or you can put your hands behind your knees, however you want to, and just pull your knees down as far as you can so you get a good stretch out into your back. Next thing I'm going to do is I want to bend your right leg and bring your left leg over. Now we'll do the opposite. Bend your left leg and bring your right leg over. One may be a lot tighter than the other. Go into all these positions very slowly. That really helps you. I want you to grab your belts, put it around your right foot. We're going to stretch out our legs. Straight into the air. Push your left leg straight down. Now the back of my leg is really tight, so I'm going to hold this here very steady till I can feel it start to loosen a bit. You want to try to keep your legs straight, your knees straight here, and just hold it on, hold it tight. You bring your leg out to the right. up again. Now I want you to flex your toes. Meaning not pointed, but have your toes come back towards you. Okay? And then just try to keep your legs straight in the air, so you're going to be basically stretching your calf. This is all the right leg. Or whatever leg you started with is still the same leg. But now we're gonna switch. I'm gonna go to my left leg and we're gonna repeat this same exercise. So straight into the air. You wanna keep your legs straight. You wanna bring your whole leg towards you as best you can to get, so your stretch here is gonna be in the back of your thigh, your upper thigh. Or your whole thigh, really. Out to the left. Okay. Come straight up, and then I want you to flex your toes, coming back towards your face. So really point them back. And I want you to try to keep your leg sort of straight. You can't probably keep it all the way straight. And you should feel a really good stretch in your calf. After this, I want to come up. We're still going to stay seated on the mat, but we're going to do another leg stretch. So drop your leg, come on up to seated, put one leg, put your right leg bent, your foot is on your inner thigh of your left leg, and we are going to stretch out over your left leg. So I'm not very flexible in this stretch at all. So, which is why I'm doing it. I'm basically just bending over and sort of touching or getting near touching my toes on the left-hand side. Okay, now I got the left-hand side. Okay, come on up. repeat this, cause I have a very tight leg system. So where you're gonna be feeling this is on your outer right hip. So this 30 minutes, a lot of it is, it's spinal flexion and hip stretch. That's what this, that's what this session is about. So this stretch that we're doing right now is for a calf stretch because I want you to have flexed your toes all the way up. So that always stretches out the calf. And then this is gonna be my right hip is getting a great stretch. So I can't come over very far. Some people can probably bend right into it. And that's great, because if you have loose hips or flexible hips, that's a big plus. It's really good for prevention of tripping. If your hips are loose enough to like pick your feet up enough to go over boulders and rocks and whatever it is, it's excellent. That's what you want to work. That's what we're working towards in these videos. I'm trying to keep everyone's flexibility, and I geared it towards 55 or 50 and over, because I know things just get tighter and tighter and tighter, and people are very reluctant to stretch. And yoga is, I think, the best stretching system out there. You know, they've been doing it for thousands and thousands of years. It builds strength and strengthens and stretches at the same time. Teaches you to breathe, which is a way to calm down your whole parasympathetic nervous system. It really works. So it has just so many pluses to it. And if you want to just wear loose clothing and just be comfortable, I think that's really how yoga should be done. Just to be very, very comfortable, so that you really can get a good stretch in. Okay, now I'm going to do, we're going to go down on our back, which is the last really two poses or pose. I want to do Happy Baby because it's relaxing, it opens up the hip, and it gets your blood system moving the opposite way, okay, without doing a shoulder stand or a headstand. It's just a great way to have the blood going back up the other way. So you grab your big toe with your fingers and spread your legs as far as is comfortable. Just grab your toes, so you want your knees to come back down towards sort of getting parallel to the floor. And if you want to rock back and forth, it really feels good on your sacrum here. It doesn't hurt at all. And hold your toes whichever way you want. With your hands, your fingers, it doesn't matter. And if you just take a breath into this one, and just feel your sacrum relaxing into the mat on the floor. Your back should be flat against the floor, no tension. I want you to relax into this child's pose, Happy Baby pose. And then after this one, we're going to come into Shavasana, which I don't normally do during these 30 minutes, but we don't have much time left at all, just like a minute. But so it feels really good to stretch out your legs and stretch out your arms, and then
When you come into Shavasana, just feel free to put your arms out by your side with your palms face down. I want to just walk you through a few relaxations here. We won't have time to do the whole body, so I want you to let your feet relax. I want you to tighten your calves and then release them. I want you to tighten your thighs and release them. I want you to tighten your buttocks and then release. I want you to tighten your shoulders and then relax. We're going to go to our fingers. I want you to curl up your fingers, tighten them into a fist. Hold it until I say release. Release. Tighten your forearms. Release. Tighten your upper arms. Release. Now I want you to squeeze your eyes shut. Release. Tighten your forehead. Release. Tighten your lips. Release. And open up your jaw. Open up your mouth. And just let your mouth stay open and let your jaw relax. Okay, come on up. Just do a seated position. And I want to thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope it's helped you. And have a great day. Again, thank you so much for coming. And this is really a video for the core, stretching your back, and a hip stretcher. Thank you.